From the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Monday, April 4th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. A weekend fire in Hazleton was ruled an accident. WYLN's Aaron Harvey has more.
When firefighters arrived on the scene, flames were shooting out of a double-block complex in Hazleton. The fire broke out around 11 a.m. Sunday morning at 560 Grant Street. Luckily, everyone got out safely and there were no injuries.
First arriving engine company and chief found heavy smoke showing from the third story of the building. Had all occupants had already been evacuated from the structure. At that time, we established an interior attack crew. They proceeded to find about a heavy fire on the third floor of the structure. Knocked down that fire, was contained to the attic area, the third story. And basically the rest of the structure suffered smoke and water damage. The main body of fire, again, was contained to the attic area of the structure.
According to Chief Leschko, 8 people were displaced due to the fire.
They're being assisted by the Red Cross to stay. They have to stay elsewhere until repairs are made to the third floor due to we had to cut the power to the residents. The 558 side was not affected. That suffered some minor smoke damage, but the occupants were still able to reside there yesterday. Again, the 560 side, once the repairs are made by the landlord who was on scene, who was making repairs, they'll be able to move back in. But again, a total of 8 people were displaced and they're being assisted by the Red Cross.
The cold temperatures over the weekend caused some additional issues for the firefighters.
The cause was ruled as an unintentional fire due to a malfunction in an electrical issue in the attic area. That was determined yesterday, during the incident. So that is right now the fire as well as an unintentional accidental issue with the third floor. Again, no injuries to the occupants, no injuries to firefighters. Again, everybody just did a fantastic job. We dealt with some freezing temperatures yesterday due to April 3rd. You're dealing with freezing temperatures and water runoff, so we had to have the city DPW come out and salt some areas. But again, no injuries, and everybody just did a fantastic job, and that's most important, that everybody goes home.
For WYLN News, I'm Aaron Harvey.
A longtime Diocese of Scranton priest has been removed from the ministry after an allegation of sexual misconduct with a minor. The Reverend Martin Boylan, pastor of St. Patrick's Parish in West Scranton, was at a church in Wayne County, northeast of Scranton, when the alleged contact happened. But the diocese hasn't said exactly where. Boylan had served as administrator and pastor of St. Rita's in Gouldsboro and pastor of St. John the Evangelist Parish in Honesdale and St. Joseph Parish, White Mills, Texas Township, near Honesdale. The Wayne County DA has been notified. The person who was a minor at the time is now an adult. Boylan is well-traveled, having also been stationed at St. Jude Parish in Mountaintop, St. Gabriel Parish in Hazleton, St. Patrick's Parish in West Scranton, St. Peter's Cathedral Parish in Scranton, and St. Mary of the Immaculate Conception Parish in Wilkes-Barre. Wilkes-Barre police are investigating a violent carjacking early Sunday. It happened on Diebel Street in South Wilkes-Barre, not far from Miners Park. A 56-year-old woman said that she was picking up her son when a man approached her Chevy Equinox and tried to pull her out. She fought back, but the suspect punched her in the face and pulled her out. The assailant and another male jumped into the SUV and took off. With the help of OnStar, they found the Equinox abandoned on Schoolhouse Lane in the East End. The male suspect is a black male about 6'4", 225 pounds, wearing a brown Carhartt jacket. The other suspect is described as a shorter black male wearing a dark hoodie. Police are looking for an unknown male who stole a DVD and an energy drink from the Walmart Supercenter at the Wilkes-Barre Township Marketplace. Store security cameras captured the images of the man who concealed the items under his jacket and exited the store without paying for them. He left the store in a red Toyota. The theft occurred on March 31st around 2:30 p.m. Anyone with information on his identity is asked to contact Patrolman Eric Hernandez at crimetips@twp.wilkesbarre.pa.us. Police are looking for the public's help in apprehending 2 male suspects who stole merchandise from Staples at the Arena Hub Plaza in Wilkes-Barre Township. The thefts occurred on March 11th, shortly after 6 p.m. A store employee reported that a man concealed an HP laptop under his jacket. The computer is valued at $600. A second male stole 2 Apple iPad minis and a Samsung Galaxy S7. The total value of the theft that was over $1,400. Anyone who can help identify these men are asked to call Patrolman Joseph Wozniak at crimetips@twp.wilkes-barre.pa.us. All information will be kept confidential. WYLN is pleased to announce that we will be hosting a live primary Republican debate for the 17th Congressional District. Currently, Congressman Matt Cartwright holds that seat in Washington, but his seat is up. Republicans Matt Connolly and Glenn Geisinger will go head-to-head in the debate to claim the spot on the Republican ticket. The debate will be live on WYLN Monday, April 18th from 7 to 8 p.m. Topic A host Gary Perna will moderate, and host of WYLN's The Storm, Tiffany Cloud, and LULAC political letter editor David Yonkai will be among the panelists asking questions. The winner of this April 26th primary will face off against Cartwright in the general election this November. Stay tuned to WYLN for more updates on this debate. Today, a local legend and Pennsylvania's all-time winningest high school football coach was laid to rest. Monday morning in Briar Creek Township, services for former Berwick head football coach George Curry were held. Family, friends, fans, former players, and more lined up outside of St. Mary's Church to pay their final respects to a man that meant so much to the community. Curry passed away on Friday following a battle with ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease. Later in sports, Eric DeBerardinis will have much more on the final farewell to Curry. Time now for a first look at our forecast. Snow, rain, cold temperatures. What's next for our area? Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe, hopefully we will start seeing those spring-like temperatures and, of course, no more snow. What can you say?
Not anytime soon. How is that for an answer? Unfortunately, that is the case. We got some cold and chilly temperatures to talk about in our forecast. Traveling now, not doing too bad out there. There's still some rain and snow showers mixed across our viewing area. And again, we had some of the heavier rain. Some of it was mixed with a little bit of some snow coming through earlier. Most of that has departed. We still got a couple of leftover rain and snow showers across parts of our area, but temperatures only in the mid to upper 30s, even in the Berwick area, Columbia County, where normally it's warmer, but you really don't see much warmth across anywhere across our viewing area. It's 36 in New Angola, 42 in Jim Thorpe, 39 in Bloomsburg, and only 37 degrees in Danville. Well, what can we expect in this 7-day forecast? We got some rain. We still got some cold temperatures. Will we see a warm-up anytime soon? I'll let you know in just a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, the new CBS Battleground poll is out. Find out who is on top in the Republican race. Plus, want to head to the circus in Wilkes-Barre? We have some tickets to give away to see the Ringling Brothers Circus in Wilkes-Barre, and it's the last show with those famous elephants. Stay tuned. More news, weather, and sports is headed your way here on WYLN News.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, and sports with Eric DeBerardinis.
Mary's dress waves like a vision she dances.
On April 23rd, the L.C. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton will present the B Street Band, the original Bruce Springsteen tribute band, at 7:30. Nearly 5,500 performances and 34 years later, the B Street Band is still the hardest working tribute band on the circuit. Tickets are on sale now at the locations on your screen. The B Street Band, April 23rd at the L.C. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Giant and Martin's Food Markets is removing certain Emerald Cashew roasted and salted halves and pieces products from its shelves due to a potential presence of glass. The following products are listed up on your screen now. The stores have received no reports of any injuries. Customers who have purchased these products should discard any unused portions and bring the receipts to the store for a full refund. You can also call Giant and Martin's customer service at 1-888-814-4268 for additional information. A new CBS Battleground poll of Pennsylvania shows Donald Trump with a wide lead among Republicans. He leads Ted Cruz 47-29. John Kasich is third with 22% support. The poll was conducted among 729 likely Republican voters, meaning those who's voted at least once in the last 2 years. This poll is in marked contrast of one done by Franklin and Marshall a couple of weeks ago, which showed Kasich and Trump in a virtual tie. F&M, however, does not use likely voters, but rather registered voters. CBS didn't poll Democrats in Pennsylvania this time. Previous polls have showed former Secretary of State and New York Senator Hillary Clinton beating Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. Police in Pennsylvania wrote more distracted driving citations in 2015 than they did in the previous year. They wrote 2,857 such citations last year versus 1,998 in 2014. The number of distracted driving citations have increased every year since 2012. The citations include those written by both state and local police. The circus is coming to town and you could be going for free. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey present Circus Extreme, a magical circus experience this weekend at the Mohegan Sun at Casey Plaza in Wilkes-Barre. 2 lucky viewers will each win a family 4-pack to see the greatest show on earth for Saturday's performance at 5 p.m. Call us now at 459-1869 extension 1172. Leave your name and phone number and your message, and we will then draw 2 lucky viewers' names at random. So start dialing now, and of course, good luck. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, it's Medical Monday here on WYLN, and today we hear from Tingo from Physical Therapy and Balance Centers in Hazleton on sciatic hip pain. More news is headed your way, including sports here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You deserve to look your best.
Combined Insurance makes it easy to protect you and your loved ones by paying cash directly to you when you need it most. Whether you're looking for accident and sickness, disability, or life coverage, Combined Insurance has a policy to meet your needs and fit your budget. Call John Ravello, 570-499-0504 for an appointment to help determine the best coverage for you. That's John Ravello, 570-499-0504.
If you're not in danger and you see a crime, text 274-637, 274-637, 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. Text 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. No one will know your identity.
Now helping to solve or prevent the crime is just a text away. Text My Tips to the word crimes and let the law help you.
Well, the cold air, unfortunately, is back across our area. It is officially spring, definitely not feeling spring across our region, feeling more winter-like. Unfortunately, these colder temperatures aren't going to go away anytime soon. In fact, we've been just having a couple of rain and snow showers outside of our studios in Hazleton. A little bit of the wind as well, making it feel colder than what the actual air temperature indicates. On to the graphic for today, and yeah, this is typical for this time of year. Even though we are in April, it may fool yourself to say, hey, you know what, April's a time when we start seeing the warm temperatures. Yeah, we start seeing some warm temperatures, but also keep in mind, we can still see some very cold temperatures across our area, just like we're experiencing across the Northeast. And again, it's going to stick around for a while. Live 35 Skycast Doppler, really nothing significant now across our area from Wilkes-Barre through Scranton, Berwick, Bloomsburg, Hazleton area, Williamsport, and Lewisburg. Again, we had some of the heavier rain come through earlier, a little bit mixed with some snow as well, picking up almost a quarter of an inch of precipitation. Notice we're down to 29 degrees outside our station in Hazleton. And with those winds out there from time to time, you know what? It's making it feel colder. It's feeling like it's only in the lower 20s when you combine temperatures with winds. Still mild. Down by Harrisburg and Philadelphia, temperatures still in the 50s. There's 34 Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, 33 degrees in Williamsport, 39 in State College. Indication of even some colder air out toward the west and northwest. 25 only in Bradford now. And notice temperatures in the mid to upper 20s as you head toward northwestern Pennsylvania. Temperatures in the Wyoming Valley area, got a stiff wind coming in, 5, 10, 15 or so miles per hour. Temperatures in the 30s, but of course is making it feel colder than that. Of course, we had the rain coming through. Some of it was heavy at times. Some of it was mixed with a little bit of some snow from time to time, but pretty much that bulk of precipitation moving out. And we got, I don't want to say much clearing behind it, but at least the precipitation's moving out. Still got stuck with quite a few clouds across our area. And tomorrow not looking like too bad of a day, but again, it's just going to be unseasonably cold over the next couple of days with temperatures remaining below average. So we got 20s and even some upper teens tonight. There you can see the numbers for tomorrow. Kind of chilly, and even going into our Wednesday early in the morning, waking up with temperatures for the most part in the 20s. So we have the sunshine around tomorrow, but despite the sunshine, it's going to feel kind of cold out there, chilly, however you want to say. I hate to say cold for this time of year, so we'll say a chilly cold, if you will, for our Tuesday. And the sun really is not going to warm things up too much across our area. And again, this big dip in the jet stream, this is the pattern that's really going to be stuck in for quite some time, even through the late part of this week, ending part of the week. Doesn't look like we'll see a breakdown in this pattern anytime soon. Here's a look at the extended forecast and what we can expect over the next couple of days. And if you want the extreme warmth, you're just not going to see it. Hopefully you enjoyed it while we had it those couple of days. Windy tomorrow, only in the 30s and the 40s from Wednesday. Some rain around for Thursday in the 50s. Back into the 40s for Friday. Some more showers around. And there you can see going into next week. Still kind of cold. Daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers: a pick 277, pick 3 646, and a pick 4 7955. Pick 5 numbers looking like this: 4, 8, 5, 8, 3, and the treasure hunt numbers 4, 6, 12, 13, and 21. We'll be back with more after the break.
The Helping Hand Society's annual telethon will be held Saturday, April 23rd, live from the Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton and broadcast on WYLN TV 35. Enjoy local and regional entertainment all day Saturday from noon until 11 p.m. The Helping Hand Society's annual telethon live from the Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton on WYLN TV 35.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. We'll meet Angelique, a very active, very fit young woman who is able to stay in the gym and stay active in spite of some health issues thanks to good chiropractic care. Her story this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
It's Monday, which means it's Medical Monday here on WYLN. Today, Ting O from Physical Therapy and Balance Centers of Hazleton is talking about sciatic hip pain and how to prevent it and take care of it when it comes about. Here's Ting O with this week's Medical Monday.
Hi, this is Ting O.
And I'm Kathy O. We're from Physical Therapy and Balance Center.
And welcome to Medical Monday. So when one of our clients found out that we were doing Medical Monday, she really wanted us to share with everyone her story about her problem. We'll call her Alice for the sake of TV. And what happened to Alice was that she does a lot of traveling. And after one of her trips one day, she experienced some pretty severe hip pain in her I think it was her right hip. And she went to get it checked out. It was rated about a 10 out of 10. And she was told by her physician that it was a sciatica pain. And at that stage, they recommended an injection of a steroid, which, because Alice has some other medical problems, she really wasn't a big fan of. So she decided not to do that steroid injection and seek some other alternative, more natural treatment methods. Alice is a good friend of ours, so she decided to come see us. And after checking her out and doing a couple of little tests, we found out that it was actually not classically a sciatica, but it was coming from a trigger point that was coming from some of the muscles in her back and her hip. It took us probably a couple of weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, but over some time after working with some of these muscles, we found that it actually eased the pain, and to the point where she was able to get around and do some exercises, and along with the exercises she was actually able to control her pain and get back to her normal living ways and start getting back to her vacations and traveling again, which was great for her. So what she wanted us to share with you guys is that when you get a severe pain, don't always go for the more invasive type treatments such as injections and that type of thing, but look for some of the more natural, some of the more less invasive treatments first, because they can be great at helping control a problem and actually resolving the problem instead of just masking it. So Alice also wanted us to share a couple of exercises that she did, because it's been probably about 5 or 6 months now, and in that time frame she has, through doing some stretches and some exercises, been able to control her pain to a level where she's feeling pretty good. The first exercise works on a muscle in the buttock area. It's called the piriformis muscle. It is a culprit for a lot of people with hip pains and even leg pains, because it does sometimes compress a nerve that shoots down the leg. So a gentler way of stretching the piriformis muscle is just to cross one leg over the other and using your opposite arm to pull your knee down towards the opposite shoulder. Okay, so you should feel the pain right in through the buttock region or the side of the hip, right about here. Don't ever stretch into pain, because that's typically not a bad thing. For stretches, you want to hold for between 15 to 30 seconds and repeat it like 2 or 3 times. To get a little bit more aggressive with that stretch, if that's starting to loosen up, what you can do is you can hook your arms under your other leg and then pull that up towards your chest, which will give that muscle a little bit more of a stretch. Okay, and the second stretch that Alice did was a very simple one, and all you do is get yourself in a laying position like Kathy is here, and then just rotate your hips all the way over to one side. What that does is it not only stretches the back, but gives you a nice gentle stretch through all this hip musculature here. And then back the other way. Same thing with the other way. That'll get a nice stretch through this hip musculature. And that one you can hold for anywhere between 5 to 10 seconds and repeat that like 5 to 10 times. Remembering, however, with stretches that you want to stretch to discomfort, never stretch into pain. So thank you very much, Alice, for the topic today on Medical Monday. And if you do have a severe pain in the hip, don't be afraid to seek out some natural cures before you get into some of the more invasive treatment techniques.
Call Physical Therapy and Balance Centers for a free 20-minute question and answer session. 501-1808. Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, 1324 North Church Street in Hazel Township, or visit them online at hazeltonpt.com.
Coming up next, Eric DeBerardinez is in with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
Mary's dress sweet, like a vision she dances.
On April 23rd, the L.C. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton will present the B Street Band, the original Bruce Springsteen tribute band, at 7:30. Nearly 5,500 performances and 34 years later, the B Street Band is still the hardest working tribute band on the circuit. Tickets are on sale now at the locations on your screen. The B Street Band, April 23rd at the Alice C. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton.
There's only one Hazleton-based television station that reaches voters across the entire region. WYLN-TV, the best political talk with extensive programming options. WYLN-TV, your stop for political talk.
Friday morning, Berwick legend George Curry passed away. Monday morning was a testament to his broad impact as the community showed up in force to attend services for the coach, family member, friend, and mentor. Visiting hours were held from 9 to 11 a.m. today at St. Mary's Church in Briar Creek Township, followed by the funeral for Curry. The services were heavily attended by not only those from Berwick, but people Curry affected from across northeastern Pennsylvania. Now, classes in Berwick in the school district were canceled on Monday, allowing teachers and students to attend the services and with the expectations they wouldn't be able to find enough substitutes to cover. Over the weekend, the lights at Crispin Field were turned on at night to honor the coach that helped create so many Friday night memories for the small town of Berwick. Curry spent 46 years as a head coach in the area, starting at Lake Lehman, followed by a long stint at Berwick, where he won 6 national championships, and then a brief stretch at Wyoming Valley West, and then a return to the Bulldogs. In total, he won 455 career games, the most ever for a high school coach in the state of Pennsylvania. The NCAA men's basketball national championship game set for tonight, featuring Villanova and North Carolina. As is, Nova already the closest you get to a major hoops program for our area, and you can also add in a much more local tie. The Wildcats Director of Basketball Operations, George Halkovich, is from Pottsville and played at Nativity. Halkovich's dad, by the same name, is the Schuylkill County Commissioner. Last week, before he made the trip to Houston, we caught up with the proud father who offered some advice for his son.
Stay true to your Coal Region values. That's what it's about. He understands what it is to be about family, to be about friends, and that is one thing that Villanova is. It has the Coal Region values of having good family group there that support each other, and that's what I love about the Coal Region, and I know he's taking that to the next level.
And per tradition, on the day of the national championship game, the Basketball Hall of Fame class announced. The 2016 class includes former Philadelphia 76er legend Allen Iverson and dominant big men Shaquille O'Neal and Yao Ming. Pete Rose once said, "Opening day is like Christmas morning, except it's warmer." Well, the second part of that statement may not necessarily be true for today, but the gift of baseball returned for some on Monday. The Phillies, currently in action in Cincinnati, they're leading the Reds 2-1 in the top of the 6th inning. Tonight, the World Series favorite Chicago Cubs, led by Hazleton native Joe Madden, take on the Angels out west. And the bummer earlier, as the Yankees opener was postponed due to wintry weather. So instead, the rematch of last year's AL wildcard game will happen tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Stay tuned. Coming up, Joe Garbaczyk is in with a final look at the forecast.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Unfortunately, the cold weather, chilly weather, however you want to call it, is here to stay. It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. And it's going to be, well, all I say is turn up the heat and keep the extra jackets handy, because you'll need them over the next couple of days. Windy and cold for tomorrow, 33. It's going to feel like it's in the 20s. A chance of some rain as we go into our Thursday and Friday. But again, no big warm-ups anytime soon.
Listen, I believe you when you tell the weather, but when I looked out and I saw snow.
Yeah, how about that?
I felt like I was going to have a tear roll down my face. See it, but scraping
That's one of those
off the
things,
car
yeah,
Sunday morning.
this time of year.
But the sun took it away right away.
It did.
Yeah, so it
sun is
wasn't too
strong
bad.
this year.
But possibility, I guess, still there until we can say summer.
April, that's right.
Maybe?
How could you see a wintry weather postponement for opening day of baseball? It's sad.